Welcome everyone to another Observability Lab. Many of us are spending many hours a week on conference systems like MS Teams. And most of the time everything works well. But if things don't go well, if we have drops in calls, we're getting frustrated and we're getting unproductive. And this is why I wanted to invite Julien from Phenisys, because they are the experts in observing solutions like MS Teams. And now they're bringing this data into Dynatrace. And on top of that, they've built an app to make the analysis of all of these use cases very easy. They even won an award for building a very innovative app. But now, without further ado, Julien, bonjour. Thank you so much for being here. Please show us what you have built, why you have built it, and how people can leverage your technology.
Hi, Andy. Thanks to invite me to showcase our new application for MS Teams. My name is Julien, and I'm working for a French company specializing in observability. If you want to learn more about us, you can check our partner page in Dynatrace App. You will have all the information to contact us. Why we built an app for MS Team Observability? To answer to the question, are my users getting a great company-wide MS Team experience, and why? It's difficult for our customer to understand diagnostics and fix issue for Microsoft Teams. Microsoft provide a tools called Call Quality Dashboard, but it's not really user-friendly. Also, all the data are available for Teams admin only. So helpdesk teams or ops teams don't have an access to the diagnostic data. Our goal was to provide our goal was to provide a quick and simple access without requiring expert intervention, and to offer to observability engineer precise, scalable data analytics with high granularity. And also, our customer want to bring data from digital employee experience tools into Dynatrace. So we built MS Team Observability. Does it make sense, Andy?
Yeah, perfect. And I think, as you said, you are the expert in this field. You work with a lot of organizations that brought exactly these challenges to you, and that's why I'm so excited that you're now going to show us the app that you've built. Let's switch over to the app.
Yeah, let's go. So the quick screen is the home screen. It provides some KPI from your Teams calls. You will have the number of calls, the number of callers, the platform, and the LC calls percentage. We try to build an helpdesk-like indicator called call else, and it provides a ratio between the good and the poor calls. So you can follow this indicator every day, every week, every month, and maybe every year if you configure your retention in grade correctly. The next screen is the site overview. Our goal with this screen is to provide a quick overview of the health of your site with the network data. So we correlate the subnet provided by Teams with your custom location. So you can easily visualize on a map all the sites in your company and the associated KPI. So for example, here, far away factory, have a poor call here. So in the other widgets, you can check the number of poor stream, but also lots of useful information about network performance, like runtime time, packet loss rate, jitter, frame rate for the video channel, for example. And we focus on the most frequent poor causes. like all the stream with a round trip time over 500 milliseconds, for example, or a huge packet loss rate. So we can also split all this data by connection type, for example. So it could explain why a site have a poor performance.
I really like it that you brought in your experience in this, because I think this is very important, because not everybody, as you said, is an expert in analyzing the data, and that you already find most problematic root causes is amazing. I also really like the visualizations, because I guess, again, with your expertise, you know that certain problems are reasoned by either a certain location, a certain subnet, a certain problem on the network itself, and just making this so easy here to see is great. I can easily understand this as well, even though I'm not an expert in MS Team Observability.
Yeah, sure. Then, once you identified your pro site, you can click on the subnet and go into it to visualize all calls related to this subnet. In this screen, you will have a pre-filtered view with the subnet right now, but you can also filter it by participant or the health of the call, the duration, or maybe just the call ID. You will have a table with some data, like with the start information, the duration, the type, peer-to-peer or group call, as you want. And if a call have a poor stream into it, you will have a red line on the left. So you can click on the line and drill down in the details. And in this screen called Call Record Overview, you can visualize the details of the call with the name of all participants, but also a map with the user location, the Microsoft Relay location, and the Microsoft data center. So you can easily understand where the users was connected when the call was launched. You can also understand the impacted user here, like maybe some user could be impacted by a poor stream. So here David and Jordan had it. And at the bottom, we provide timeline with the streams in the both directions, send and receive. And with the red point here, you click on it and you can quickly identify which user have had a poor experience. So here, David Burke start with the mobile on Wi-Fi and then switch to the computer and Wi-Fi. Why? Because with his mobile, he had a very huge packet loss rate, over 10%. So it switched to his computer. And for the video here, we can understand there is a user, Jordan, which tried to launch his video channel, but the frame rate was very bad, so it stopped it and never try again. So it could be a very bad experience too. Andy, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, this reminds me of years of experience in analyzing distributed traces and waterfall. It almost looks like, for me, like a distributed trace with all the details that I need to understand what is actually happening in a call. And I think as you have all this data, and we discussed this last week, there's so many additional opportunities for automated pattern detection. You can see if people are switching multiple times from one device to another. I'm pretty sure you can use the data to see maybe there's more problems in calls where you have a certain amount of people from certain devices, maybe with different versions of the software installed. It's also very nicely visualized, so thank you for that, whoever built that app. it's really nice to look at it, and it's just easy to understand what I'm looking at here. It's very nice.
Yeah, sure. And also, we just at the beginning of the project history, we just are on the beginning of the history in our project, but we provide some information about network so you can easily understand which path the user used when he launched Teams. And the last part of this screen is the capability to send the call record to LLM like ChatGPT to get an analysis like an expert. So you can get a quick summary of the call explained by GPT. So it could be a useful information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, really well done. Yeah, Microsoft issues. Are you also pulling in external information? That would be nice.
Yeah. Last part of our app, we are getting issue from Microsoft regarding your Microsoft Teams tenant, not the public issue, but your issue in your tenant, and you can easily understand if there is an incident right now on your tenant. So if you toggle on the Teams incident, you will have all the detail provided by Microsoft with the root cause and the current status on incident. This information is only available for admins of Office 365. Also, it provides good to bring it in Dynatrace. And we also provide a menu about configuration to check the health check of the app deployment, like bucket configuration, the data availability, and also very important feature, the capability to filter on your domain, like Phenisys.com for us. So the screen in other part of application will be filtered by the email. So you will have only the data for your user, not for the guest user or external user.
Cool. I guess that's also a very big compliance use case here. So thanks also for adding this. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Julien, so you showed us a lot of cool things. And first of all, now I understand why you won that contest. Obviously, you have a lot of experience in collecting the data, but now bringing it to Dynatrace and visualizing it with this. I think if you could go back to the Launchpad, I believe you also have a quick architectural overview, because that's always interesting as well for people to understand.
Yeah. So we built a very simple architecture. We built an agent. So our agent call the Microsoft data from API, and then send the useful information to environment Activate or Dynatrace SaaS. Then we process the data with Open Pipeline, extract metrics, and route all the data in a dedicated bucket to allow better filtering in our app and also manage a custom retention. Then two options to visualize data. You can use our app with a pre-built view, but you can also use the data like another the other use case and Dynatrace in dashboards. So for example, we built two dashboards right now with the devices version overview. So with this dashboard, you can easily understand the rollout of Teams version split by all the platform. So it could be interesting to get this information to understand if an issue is correlated with an incident. And another dashboard is a best practices dashboard to check if you have some users which are using TCP stream, because Microsoft don't recommend TCP stream. Microsoft would like to use UDP, so you can easily understand the subnets which are using TCP stream. You will have the public IP, so you can easily understand the proxy part or the path of the flow, and then fix it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, Julien, thank you so much for walking us through this, bringing this data into Grail, using applications, Dynatrace apps to visualize specific use cases, and then also leveraging the same data to put it into dashboards as you just saw. But there's many things I can now envision. If we have the metrics, we can also use Davis anomaly detection to automatically get alerted in case there is a version that was just rolled out that has a higher than normal error rate. If we detect a certain region and location that all of a sudden sees a certain problem pattern. So we can also use this with our anomaly detection, with workflows. And the biggest thing is the enabler is getting this data into Grail, and you've shown how to do this. I know there's a lot of links that you've presented today. So links to your partner page, links to the app itself. We will provide all the links in the recording, in the description of this session. And with this, the only thing I can say, thank you. Is there anything else, Julien? Any other parting words?
Please feel free to contact us to discuss about your use case with Microsoft MS Teams. So we are waiting for you.
Yeah, perfect. So you heard this. If you want to get the visibility and observability you need into your MS Teams environments, then this is the solution for you, all nicely embedded and integrated into the Dynatrace Observability Platform. I'm sure there will be more coming from your end, but today I just say au revoir.
Bye.